Hey everybody, this is Jessica Lynn from Jessica Lynn Original Studios. Today I thought I wanted to show you a little bit about what that Brother ScanNCut can really do. So what I love is that if I have an image or something that I want to cut out to be able to create original art for my wall, I can do that. So if I had a stamp that I stamped on a sheet of paper, I could put that right in the Brother ScanNCut and it would actually scan it, find the lines, and then go ahead and cut it out. So I think that's pretty cool. I am a huge Haunted Mansion fan, and I wanted to create an original piece that I could just put up on my wall for my own personal use, because I have a lot of like Disney pins and other things that I think it would go really well with. The size of the image that I'm going to do is going to be 12 by 12, because what I want to do is have a piece of purple paper kind of behind it, and then I want to apply black vinyl to a frame. And the cool part about that is, like, these frames, I got it at the Dollar Tree, so it was like $1 and a little bit more now, but way worth it, super awesome. This is a 12 by 12 frame, so obviously I'm going to take out the mat in there because I don't want to leave that in there. And you can see that is the size I'm going to make my vinyl, and I'm actually going to stick it to the glass. So again, this is a really inexpensive project, and one of the things I like to do is actually apply the vinyl on top of the glass. Now I know you might think like, well, why would I want to do that? It gives me the opportunity to change out the papers inside the frame. So not necessarily like this one, because this one's really all about, you know, the hitchhiking ghost. But let's just say we were going to create something that could change seasonally. Okay, so just like a generic, let's just say those 3 circles that stand for a character, right? So you could go in, cut those the 3 circles and make that shape. And then every season, just change out the paper behind it. So in Valentine's Day, make it red. Easter, make it yellow or pastels. You know, for Halloween, you make it orange. For Christmas, you make it some kind of Christmas plaid or whatever you want. But it's a fun way to be able to have that image or that design available all year, but then make it fresh because you're changing out the paper inside. So it's one of those things that, you know, it's about being a creative designer, and I love being able to do that. Now you can see the Brother ScanNCut. I scanned in the image. Think about it just like using a regular scanner. So all you do, run it through the machine, it finds the lines for you. You can see it processed the full design. I'm just going to save it because I like saving it so that I can come back in and then set it up based on what I'm creating. There we go. So let's go find it. There it is. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to make sure that the images are all linked together. Now with the Brother ScanNCut, each of those images are separate. So if I was to want to move it or make it the full 12 by 12, what you need to do is actually link those images together, because otherwise every letter is going to be its own cut, if you will. Think about it like a die cut, right? A die cut cuts out whatever it's specifically designed to create. So you have to be very careful with that. So you can see I'm going to merge them all together, make them one solid file, or one solid die cut, if you will. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make sure that it's all on there, nice and organized. And from here, if I wanted to make it larger, I could. I can choose where I want it to cut, you know, if I want it to be the whole size. And then I'm going to go ahead and tell it, go ahead and cut. And one of the things about the Brother ScanNCut, those mats, sometimes they are very sticky and sometimes they are not. So that's why you saw me put a couple of small pieces of tape on there. Not a big deal. The only reason I did it was just to make sure that the vinyl is not going to move on me. So we're going to go ahead and cut this out. And then once it's all done, we're going to need some transfer paper because we want it to hold the integrity of the design, right? So just like we talked about locking the whole image together as one, we don't want them to start moving around on us. So we want to make sure that they're going to hold their look and their feel, and that, you know, like all the letters of the words are not going to move around. So we're going to go ahead and cut this all out, and then we'll get our transfer paper out and we will move it from this to the glass frame. Now what I love is that it cuts very quickly. So once it's all done, we're going to go ahead and we'll take the plastic off this frame. I will share with you, if you needed to get new pieces, Amazon seems to have them for the best price. I do love the Cricut. I also love the Brother ScanNCut. I'm a really big fan of it because it gives me a lot of freedom to be able to design whatever projects I might be working on. So I've created a lot of things with it. And it's funny because when I bought it, I actually let it sit for almost a year because I was so intimidated by how to use it. I thought, this is too difficult. You know, it's not going to make any sense to me. I don't get it. And I'm so mad that I let it sit for so long because I could have been creating more beautiful things, right? Like, what a shame. But what I just want to say to you is that if you have a tool or a project that you're working on that you say, oh, that might be too difficult, and you let it keep going and keep going and keep going, why? You know what I mean? Just try it. So I'm going to put some purple paper behind it, obviously for the theme. I don't want it too overly detailed, but we'll just toss some of that purple paper in there. We'll get the little frames. Now again, I purchased this frame from the Dollar Tree. You could get it, you know, wherever, Target, whatever, and get a more expensive frame if you want. Completely up to you. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get that peeled off. It's funny, right? The vinyl wouldn't stick to it. Now I can't get it to not stick to it. So silly. Some days, right? So we're just going to move the bigger sheet of vinyl just because I want it out of the way. Oh no, I screwed up. The H got stuck. So let's just trim this and then we'll get it put in place. But before I get the transfer paper, I will fix it and get it realigned. That's a bummer. It happens sometimes, you know. But the nice part is, there we go, we can line it right up because you can see I lined it up with the grid lines and I did that on purpose. So see, that's how the release looks. There we go. Alright, so we're just going to clean out the little letters there. You see like the ghost and the O and then the G. We'll clean those out in a minute. Right now I'm grabbing my transfer paper. I'm just going to get that all set. And you don't need a ton of transfer paper. You just need to a size at least equivalent to the vinyl that you'll be picking up. So see, we're just going to place it right on there. And I'm going to move that out of the way because I don't want to break the glass. And then I'm going to go ahead and rub on there with, there's a little tool that came with my paper. I just want it to stick. And one of the cool parts is now it should release and the sticky part should stay. So I'm hoping that will stay. Oh, nope, some of them came with. No big deal. All fixable. Just want to make sure my ghosts come with. There they go. Beautiful. Keep going, keep going. So now I'm going to make sure I take off all the backs if for some reason they didn't release. Be really careful, it gets very sticky and you don't want that to stick to your hands because you want as much sticky available so that it will adhere to whatever you're going to place it on. So this example would be a frame. So we're just going to peel off those backings. Super quick, super easy. There we go. There we go. Taking all the backings off. And one of the things I love is to just create simple, easy art that matches our decor. So I didn't have any at the time. Now, since I created this, obviously I've gone to the spirit store and I bought quite a bit of Halloween decor that is themed to the Haunted Mansion. So it's kind of nice that this fits right in with all of that decor. And if you haven't seen that video, I will definitely link that down below for you to take a look at. Alright, so almost cleaned up. Just want to be really careful with those because you see what I just did there? I actually pulled the little dot right off of the transfer paper. So that was kind of a bummer. Alright, here we go. 4 more. Just about done. We're going to get out that little piece. There we go. 4 more to go and we will be ready to add this to the frame. And it's really funny because once this is all ready to go, it's going to go super fast. We have had this displayed for a little while now in our house, and it's been in a room with a lot of moisture. And I will tell you, it has held up really well. I did buy vinyl that's indoor-outdoor use, so it could be used, I suppose, on like a car or something. But I have had a lot of luck with this vinyl. So I got it on Amazon, and I think it came as like a 40 pack or something. So here's where the process goes really fast. So now that you've got it all organized, make sure that you decide where it's going to live, because once you put it down, it's going to be a pain in the butt to move it. So make sure you have it all organized and centered. And then my encouragement to you is to make sure that it's straight, follow those grid lines, and then just know that if for some reason it wasn't straight, it's a pain, especially with all that lettering down at the bottom. So we're going to take that same tool, we're just going to go ahead and rub right on the letters just to make sure that it decides that it wants to stay on this frame. And I'll tell you, like I said, it's been in a room with humidity and hasn't moved. So super happy with it. And again, I could change that background paper to different colors. I could change it to a Haunted Mansion themed paper. So here we go. Once the vinyl is adhered, look how cool this looks. Oh my goodness, I love it. Absolutely perfect. Super fast, super easy project. Great way, like if you're decorating the house for Christmas. I mean, not this particular pattern, right? But you could pick some kind of Christmas thing. You could print like everybody's name or something for like over a stocking on a small frame or something like that. Just ideas. So this one though, super happy with it. Super easy to make. Again, I could have increased the size, could have adjusted it, but I really kind of like how it looks right next to the shower curtain. Now I did change the background paper for where I actually hung it up to be more of a darker purple because it turned more pink once it was on the wall. So absolutely love it. I hope that you are inspired by this project, and I do want to take a moment just to say thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to go ahead and subscribe to our channel. We're doing a lot of Halloween DIY and so much more. Trips to the parks, adventures, and more. So I cannot wait to share it all with you. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Bye-bye.